Hi everyone, time for a new shave, 1 days of growth. So my last shave was in fact my last video. Today's gonna be a PAA shave, and I'm gonna use Sangre de Draco, which is a dark earthy scent, sandalwood and oud, and this is really nice. So if dark earthy scents are your cup of tea, I think this one will suit you very well. Brand new tub, and actually this soap has a little bit interesting story, because I bought it directly from Phoenix June last summer, and it didn't show up until November. And according to the post stamps, it had been on a whole wool trip. It had even been in China, but it came eventually, and now it's time to give this a try. I have been looking forward to that. Brush of choice today is a PAA brush. This is the Amber Aerolite, and it's a 24mm synthetic knot. I think they are calling this knot for a hybrid knot, because it's not a bulb knot or not either a fan, but it's something in between. Same razor and same blade as yesterday's shave. My trusty Gillette Slim Adjustable with a second use Astra green. And I was corrected in my last video. This is not a 1964, but it's a 1963. It's an I1, so first quarter 1963 is the correct date code for this particular one. Gonna do a little bit more mild shave today, so I'm going for setting number 3. The soap base is CK6, and for those of you who know that, it's a very thirsty, dense soap, and you almost need nothing to make a phenomenal lather. So what I did, I wet my brush, shake it out, and I go straight to the tub and just do 10 swirls. That will be plenty. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Doesn't look like much at all, but you'll see it's more than enough. So no prep shave as usual. Gonna wet my face with some cold water from the tap. Rinse out, take the excess lather, which is nothing to speak of. This actually is so little, so I just let it stay like that. I don't rinse it out, which is unusual for me. I always do that, but let's do it a little bit different this time. Okay, so paint on. Really cakey. I'm maybe thinking that this will never turn into a lather, but just wait and see. It's all about adding water to this base. That's all it is. Brush is bone dry, just to start dipping. it's important to beat out all the air bubbles that turns up when you're adding water. Or at least I find that's the best way if you want a dense, thick lather. 2 dips, 3, you can see that little load is just gobbling up all the water I give to it. No problem at all. 4th dip. If you're loading this base too heavy in your brush, you're gonna stand in your bathroom loading and adding water for the rest of the day. So I will very little bit, goes a long way. This will be water dip number 6, if I have counted correctly. And for those of you who don't want to see me lather for an eternity, it's always possible to just fast forward or skip it. This is my favorite part of the shave, and this is where I really enjoy spending my time. 7 dips. Now it's starting to get translucent and shiny. Tells me it's time to spray. Give it some agitation to mix soap and water. Scent is really coming out nicely. Not a very strong scent, I would say, like around a 5 maybe. Middle scent strength. Very pleasant. Not overpowering at all. Dip number 8. Number 9. And it's building really nice. Load this brush also, so soft yet very good backbone. Super nice for face lathering. I'm really bad at bow lathering and always makes a face lather. Dip number 9, that was a quite big dip. Dip number 10. Yeah, I find 66 to be a top soap base. Something of the best among the bests. Yet, we don't find bad artisan soap these days. It's just a matter of preference. Look at that lather. Holy cow. Gonna just paint in some more water. Twelfth dip. And you also hold little soap I loaded from the tub. Look at that. You see? Awesome. Okay. We could add even more water to that, but we will stick with this. It's hydrated and nice. Okay, first pass with the grain. Setting 3 feels very mild but very comfortable, and has no problem at all with just 1 day of growth. Razor gets spotless after every rinse. It tells me it's a hydrated enough lather. Just peels off the steel. If you're using a mild shaver, like setting 3 on this one, be careful not to think that you can't cut yourself, because assure me you can. Don't use pressure. Mind the technique all the way through the shave. Yeah, Doug and Fran, who runs PAA, really knows the stuff, and I really love their labeling as well. Awesome stuff. Great artisanal work. Really, really good. Doug is really passionate into what he's doing, and he's a great contributor to the community. Okay. Plenty of resuitable thickness, and I find what differs the CK6 from the other CK1, maybe CK5, I don't know what it's called. The standard formula from PA is the post shave, and also the water tolerance. This CK6 is just a water beast. You can see, just by that little load I need, plenty of lather, way more than I actually need for a true pass shave. But that's how we roll, isn't it? The hardest part with CK6 is to load little enough. It's hard to not overload your brush, is what I mean. Because you need so very, very little. I'm sure the 5 swirls on the top of the soap, easy enough. I stay on setting number 3 for my second and last pass. Lovely, lovely razor. Absolutely fantastic. It's funny how this old thing still just works like they were taught to do when they once came. You can certainly think, is it like if making the wheel again with all the modern razors when you have awesome shavers like this one? Almost 60 years old and shaving like a dream. I really got my eyes up for those vintage Gillettes. Johan over at Shave and Butcher did a cool shave in his last video where he had a comparison between Gillette foam, that spray goof thing, and shave soap. Very interesting. And he's probably right, maybe foam goo doesn't give you a better shave, but it's a quite difference in experience. Especially when you like me know the lathering process. Okay, cold water rinse. And it's almost impossible to get rid of the slickness. The soap is filled with butters and fats and all kinds of good stuff for your skin. Okay. Even if it's not very good for the post shave from the soap, I'm gonna use alum. I find it works quite well for my skin. I have switched a little back and forth whether to use alum or not. Sometimes I just use it if I got some small cuts, and sometimes I use it regularly after every shave. But that's what's I like to do, just change it up a little bit. While Alum does its thing, I'm gonna rinse out the brush and just look how much lather the brush holds after 2 passes and that little load which I started out with. This is thick, dense and creamy stuff. Bloody awesome. I can not in my wildest fantasy understand why people choose to use canned good or foam. Of course it takes a lot less time, if time is a factor. But I like to make time for my shapes. I rather skip a shave than to haste. Really affordable brushes, those synthetics from PAA, and they are really awesome, really nice face feel, and I find them to make very, very good lathers. Camera doesn't make it justice, but you can see through the bottom of the handle and it's just like smoke inside it. Really cool. Alright. Rinse off my hand. I can see that I have lather up my nostrils. I'm gonna rinse away that while I take off the other, rinse some cold water. Okay. That certainly took away all the slickness that was left. No doubt about that. That's one of the things Alum does to your skin. Some guys doesn't rinse off the alum after the shave. I find that if I don't, it leaves my skin very dry. Matching splash for the soap, Sangre de Draco. Nice bottles with, let's shake it up, with a nice restrictor to it. And PAA splashes are alcohol based, so they normally stings a little bit, but not that much when I have used alum first. But I know that burns, so quite nice. There we go. Okay. Those splashes also contain some really good skin foods and makes an awesome finish for your shave. Great stuff. Great stuff. Same scent as the soap. And to finish it all off, good old trusty Proraso white for sensitive skin. A good dab of that. A Actually, I go for some more because my skin is on its drier side this time of year. It's not super cold over here, but January to be, but my skin dries out when the weather is like it's now in windy air around straight over freezing point. It just dries out my skin, so I always use balm. Maybe not on the very hottest summer days, but I like to finish off every shave with a good balm. I find that my skin really likes that. Okay, here we have it. That was nice. Let's just go over what we have used and then I leave you. So, soap was PAA Sangre de Draco in CK6 formula. Brush was the awesome Amber Aerolite from PAA, 24mm synthetic knot. We did a 2-pass shave with Gillette Slim on setting number 3. Rinsed off with cold water and alum and finished it up with the matching splash from soap and the Proraso white balm. Thank you for watching, guys, and stay safe till next time we see you. Bye bye.